In my timeline, Asgard has fallen. The gods said the end of days would cast the 10 realms into ice and darkness. Instead, it was fire and blood. Odinson never returned from Earth, and without his son to protect Asgard from outside influence, the All-Father went mad. Mjolnir chose me to take up the mantle, but it was too late. Odin had locked the All-Mother away and declared those loyal to her as his enemy. And if he had to destroy Asgard to root out rebellion, so be it. I was used to fighting battles. I was used to facing down darkness. But this... even I had to admit, I needed help. So, I made a deal with the last person in the 10 realms I would ever turn to. My father always said, if a man can't smile without making you uneasy, that man is rotten to the core. But sometimes you have to make compromises. And compromises have a price. I didn't want to pay, but you can't trick the god of mischief. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Avengers! Follow me! Careless of Odinson to leave you here alone. I like it up here, far from the crowded world below, from being pulled in all those directions. It's hard to sleep on the helicarrier. Everything is too familiar and not all at the same time. But at least the insomnia gives me time to watch the stars. Well, the harm room has been incredibly useful, particularly at night when I can't turn my mind off. I can feel Mjolnir reaching for Asgard. At least in this universe, there is an Asgard to reach for. Miss Cho has a piece of fan art of me on her desk. Should I offer her my autograph? Or would that be too strange? I'm surprised that snake Loki has not shown his face. He was all too eager to go toe-to-toe with me in my timeline. Well, perhaps this one is more of a coward than most. The other Dr. Foster is keeping me updated on her research into what might have caused my presence. So far, nothing. But I'm sure we'll find something soon. I find myself slipping back into the voice every now and then. I suppose you can't take up the mantle of Thor without adding some theatricality. I'm grateful you all have accepted me so easily. It must be hard to trust a multiversal anomaly, so thank you for being patient. Your Dr. Foster continues to show a clean bill of health. Good. That's... good.
Come on, best 2 out of 3?
You getting beat soundly by 2 Thors wasn't enough?
You have an unfair advantage. You're practically twins.
Oh, please don't call my alternate universe ex-boyfriend my twin. Ugh, feels gross.
We read you. Alert us if anything changes.
You don't know it, but you have a best friend named Thor in my universe. Thick as thieves, you two. You inspire me, you know?
Me? You're talking to me?
You brought everyone back together. You're the heart of the Avengers.
Oh, I didn't do that much. But thank you.
I learned early on in our relationship to never doubt the resilience of Kamala Khan. You shouldn't need...
What of the Great Mount?
Oh, Cap. Okay, this isn't easy to talk about, but I hear you are the one responsible for melting the kitchen's tea kettle.
Well, I have no explanation.
It's an electric kettle. It doesn't go on the stove.
I will respect your wishes, but we have experimental medicine in Wakanda that may be able to help.
Oh, I appreciate the offer. But I think for now I'll just keep on as I have.
I understand.
Hey, have you been stealing Odinson's shampoo?
What, me? No, absolutely not. How dare you? Please don't tell him.
I'm only asking because the bottle's running low. Oh, this is why we're friends.
That was a cute trick you and Thor pulled.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Blocking both bathroom doors with a hammer?
That doesn't sound like me. You must be misremembering.
I always knew I would return to Mjolnir someday. How could another version of me lease it forever?
Guilt. I tried to convince him what happened to me wasn't his fault, but you are stubborn, no matter the timeline.
Was he at least there for you?
For a while, it wore on him watching me wither away. Even gods have to grieve in their own way.
So, if you're Thor, and Thor is Thor, and there are two Thor-mers, are we headed towards some kind of space-time paradox? Is the multiverse about to split open or something?
Thor is a role, like Spider-Man. It's inherited, and it can be duplicated. But you know what? I'd be more concerned about the two Jane Fosters.
Rewind. How many Spider-Men are in your timeline?
Do you have a preference for your title, Lady Thor?
Thor is fine. Or Dr. Foster. It's not as flashy, but it might alleviate some confusion.
Both titles were well earned, but I'd say Doctor is even more impressive.
Thank you.
Have you noticed any larger differences in our timelines? Besides the obvious.
So many. For one, your dog isn't in this one.
I have a dog?
His name is Thori. Because you are terrible at names.
I love dogs.
Hey, I hope Lucky wasn't too antsy for you.
Oh no, he was perfectly fine. He slept on my bed last night and everything.
He didn't like, run in his sleep. Because he does do that a lot.
Oh yeah, he definitely did that. But it was cute.
Hey, you kept the bracelet I gave you.
Of course. It was a gift.
I thought you might think it was dumb or something.
Kamala, nothing you do is dumb.
Jane, I'm so sorry for what you're going through.
It's not your fault. For a while, I didn't even know how I got sick. But speaking with this timeline's version of myself, well, the only difference seemed to be a day.
If we had known what Terrigen could do, we...
Hey, a different timeline. You can't blame yourself for things you can't control.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Zawavari told me to tell you hello, and that he would like to speak with you soon.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
I think he just prefers your company over the other Thor.
So, I was wondering if I could borrow your teleportation tech.
Sure. What for?
Odinson has challenged me to another race.
Ah, say no more.
What? Isn't that cheating?
I overheard him asking Stark for help already. I'm just leveling the playing field.
So, what am I like in your universe? Still rich? Still incredibly charming?
Still the biggest ego I've ever met. And he kept asking me out.
Oh. Well, I mean, would you be interested?
Nope.
You should pick up juggling.
Juggling?
Yeah. You've got a hammer, Thor's got a hammer. Just seems like it'd be a cool party trick to do with two Mjolnirs.
Well, I'll ask him about it. I never got to ask Odinson. Is the talking normal with Mjolnir?
Mjolnir talks to you?
Oh. So it's not normal.
Ah!
You could be a cleric. We don't really have a healer in the party yet.
I've been playing make-believe for a long time. I think I need a break from it, if that's all right.
Chimera system check. How we doing?
Hey, so Thor doesn't let me use him to recharge my phone.
No.
I didn't even finish asking.
You are cleared for landing. Transferring to hangar crew.
I think some of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are afraid of you.
Me? I can't imagine why.
Well, they keep saying something about you stepping on them.
Do you know, why have I been added to a text chain with your sister?
I have no words. She is insufferable.
Oh, are you not on it?
We read you. Alert.
You doing okay? You've been in the harm room more than usual.
Oh, just trying to get out of my head a bit. I tend to wallow.
If you need a distraction, I could teach you how to throw cards.
This is the Chimera. Please respond.
How did people react when you became Thor? Every time I hear the girl Hawkeye, I want to punch a wall.
Oh, I got plenty of that. Especially from the gods.
What did you do?
You are cleared for landing.
Was it weird for you to reveal your identity after hiding it for so long?
A little. The hardest part was getting used to talking like myself again. But
Copy.
Would you mind if I put you down as an emergency contact?
I would be honored.
I put Cap at first, but I'm pretty sure he leaves his phone in his room at all times.
Oh, guess this means I need a
Security.
So,
This is the Chimera. What's your ETA?
I hear you've been fully recruited into the prank war.
I wouldn't say recruited.
Oh no?
Kamala is the best of us, and I find Stark insufferable.
Chimera.
I just got a new dark roast in the kitchen. Guatemalan. Apparently it has notes of honey and apple in it. It sounded good.
I'll be sure to try it out.
Oh, just keep it hidden from Tony. I want this stuff to actually last.
Best part of being Thor.
Have you not asked Odinson about this?
I'm collecting data points, comparing notes.
Flying. Flying is the best part.
Ha! I knew it!
You become Thor when you use the hammer, right?
Correct.
Does that mean... Are you and Thor both anime magical girls?
Yes, and please tell...
This is the Chimera.
This is Dr. Jane Foster. It's December 15th, 7:42 p.m. The results of my biopsy came in this morning. I've just been sleeping most of the day. Guess I thought if I wasn't conscious, I wouldn't have to face reality. Cancer. God. It's metastasized, they said. Spread to my lymph nodes and everything. I just keep thinking if I was paying more attention, if I wasn't so obsessed with thinking it was the inhuman disease, I could have seen it coming. But now it's... What am I gonna tell Thor? Are our gods even mentally equipped to deal with mortality? I mean, this was an inevitability, but I didn't think it would be so soon. Yeah. I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. I'll talk with the oncologist tomorrow and we'll get it sorted. And in the meantime, I've got to make some calls. If AIM is blaming this inhuman disease and masking the real diagnoses, someone's got to fight back. And I will. Until this thing kills me. And the Allfather said I had no fight in me. Look who's fighting now, old man. Thor, why are you here?
I'm here to help you. To take care of you.
If Asgardians have some magical cure for cancer, I'm all ears. Have you seen the news? They're saying the Avengers are back. They have someone new with them.
Now, that part of my life is over.
Then Asgard could use your help.
It sounds like you're trying to make me leave.
I'm dying. My sense of taste is shot. I spend most of my days sleeping, and my memory is going. I'm not going to make you watch me die. Not when there's still good you can do. The world needs you. The Avengers need you.
No, I put the hammer down. I don't intend to pick it back up.
AIM is building an army. And you know Tarleton and Monica aren't going to stop until the Avengers are beaten into the ground.
Please, I don't want to talk about this.
Damn it, Thor. I won't be your excuse to wallow. There are people who need you.
You need me. Jane.
Mjolnir.
How did you...
If you won't fight for those who can't, if you won't fulfill your responsibilities, then I will. This is Dr. Jane Foster. March 22nd. Second round. More like the first, right? Radiation every day and twice on Fridays. Chemo once a week. And then I become Thor and I start from scratch. Rinse and repeat. The vomiting I expected. Even the stomatitis and loss of taste. But the hearing, that was a surprise. The doctors aren't sure why I haven't reached the 30% benchmark yet. But it's not like I can tell them that whatever Asgardian magic Mjolnir uses negates the therapy treatments. And I can't put the hammer down just so I can recover. I'm not sick when I'm Thor. I feel like me again. For a little while. I can't look at myself in the mirror anymore. I look like a corpse. My dad used to tell me that you can do anything for 6 months. I keep trying to tell myself that. Keep thinking, this is one less radiation session. You're one step closer to being done. I can do anything for 6 months. Oh, I wish you were still here, Dad. I wish you could tell me to keep going, to keep fighting. Every day I walk out of the hospital and I feel like I won't be able to walk back in. I don't know how much more I can take. I have to keep going. With Odin's son out of the picture, Asgard is on the brink of civil war. I can't let go now. But God, do I want to?
Can't sleep?
Side effect of hopping timelines, I guess. What's your excuse?
Oh, late night sparring session. Stark wanted to test out how much electricity his new suit could withstand.
And what was the verdict?
He is going to need a new suit entirely.
How noble.
Come now, Thor. Regale me with tales of your universe. We can at least while away the hours with stories.
Not much to regale, I'm afraid. My Asgard is gone. The All-Father went mad, locked away the All-Mother, and led the Asgardians down a path of civil war. I tried to stop it, did whatever I could, but still.
Ragnarok.
Not in the way that Odinson had told me. I was expecting wolves and serpents, but in the end it was just gods fighting each other. And they called Midgardians selfish.
What of my father? Did he...
I made a deal. Odin wasn't going to stop. There were whispers of him invading Midgard. So, I went to Jotunheim and met with Loki. And we slayed Odin together.
You cannot trust my brother.
I am well aware of that.
What was the bargain? Jane? What did you give him?
Just my word. I would find Odinson and give him back Mjolnir. No more Goddess of Thunder.
Well, I suppose we're the lucky ones then. It'd be a shame for you to give up the hammer.
It doesn't make you uncomfortable?
Not at all. I can't think of anyone more worthy than Dr. Jane Foster.
This is Thor. May 12th. I've been in contact with this timeline's Jane Foster since my arrival. She's healthy. Seems the only difference in our timelines was that she wasn't at A-Day. So, not the inhuman disease that Monica kept speaking about, but probably some exposure to the Terrigen that day led to the cancer. Dr. Foster and I are swapping notes, and she's going to follow up and see if there are any patients in this timeline that were affected by the Terrigen leak. Still, it's nice to know that there's at least one reality where I'm happy. This Odinson looks at me differently. I don't think it's guilt. Not entirely. It's almost as if he can see my Odinson's failure through my mere existence. And he's disappointed in him. I can't say I disagree. I can't go back. I don't want to go back. There's nothing waiting for me back there, except a ruined Asgard and a deal with the devil. Would it be so bad if I stayed? If I remained like this? Powerful and healthy and doing good work. I like being Thor. It feels right. Kamala gave me a friendship bracelet today. She's the best of us. In all our timelines. And I want to be here for her. I don't think that's so bad.